We're joined by Gary and George.
Hello.
From
Good
Masterchef.
morning. How you going?
Now,
boys,
let's get the business out of the way. You got a new cookbook. Your second one, it's called Cook With Us.
Yep.
It's great.
Yep.
Justin Bieber, what do you think? What's doing?
I know we've been talking about it in the break, and you guys were quite opinionated, really.
No, I was just
about it.
listening. I go, of course it's his. Of course he did. You know, he's 17, so like 17 years old. Can you remember that, George?
Yeah.
I was
Well, they say that men are at
permanent 10.
men are at their sexual prime when they're
Same with a
18.
pocket knife.
Is it 18?
Yeah, men are at their
18?
sexual prime at 18 and women at 30. So
I spent, from the age of 13,
strange.
you know, I think I started a paper round at 13 in the hope that, you know, some 30-year-old randy woman in a negligee came to the door and said, "Oh, a 13-year-old boy, just what I want." And I know it's politically incorrect, but just that's, you know, that's what boys are like. 14 years old, the world changes.
The only difference between Justin Bieber at 16 and me at 16 is that Justin Bieber, people actually want to be with Justin, but nobody wanted to be with me when I was 16.
Exactly, for the chatting up inept like the rest of us, it was a disaster.
You're looking at a car.
I'm looking at a Toyota Sahara. Yeah. Well, what, you don't like that?
The Toyota
Oh, look,
Sahara.
you know, it's a Sahara. It's a nice car. You know, it's sound, you know, good engine.
Yeah. This one is a 2009 model.
Gee, that still took the conversation, didn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Didn't it?
Why, are you offended by that, George?
Well, George loves tarmac. He doesn't like off-road. He's scared of nature. He likes air conditioning, leather, and a big V8.
Hey, let's get back. Let's talk about you guys, because you guys have become
Celebu chefs.
Well, you've become sex symbols.
Rubbish. That is rubbish.
No. I'm telling you that you guys are bona fide sex symbols these days. You guys, Manu as
Matt
well.
Preston even.
Matt Preston.
I'm dead
Oh, no.
serious.
Can you
All of
imagine
guys
Matt Preston in his tails on underpants? Can you imagine that?
geez.
I don't want to.
No, that would put me off.
But we're
food.
pretty much the
Yeah.
same. We're three chubby guys, and it is quite ridiculous that anybody would. You were voted as one of the sexiest men on
Yeah.
television.
That's ridiculous.
In year one.
You love it.
ridiculous.
You
And what
love
about
it.
Matt Moran, guys? Because he is.
Matt
he's a
Moran,
bombshell.
Moran's all right.
He's
For
all
a
right.
ginge, he's pretty good.
Now, this is so exciting. This is your second cookbook, Cook With Us. I know you had one beforehand. You guys must have been to some shocking dinner parties together and separately.
Well, can you imagine the pressure, Camilla, when you invite these two people over?
You know, the funny thing is, you know, chefs, and you work really hard, don't you? Incredible hours producing beautiful food, but you forget to eat. You know, you'll be cooking, you know, pigeon and chanterelle mushrooms one minute, and then you get home and go, I'm starving. And
I
you
need
have
KFC.
A beer, and, not about KFC, but a beer and a cheese sandwich at 11 o'clock at night. That's how we keep our
I
physique,
love the
you know?
old carrot, peeled carrot, right? And you squeeze Japanese mayonnaise on it, and you just gnaw on it.
No. What do you need the carrot for?
Hey?
Just put the Japanese mayonnaise on your finger. You don't need a carrot.
I mean, there's more mayonnaise than carrot. But yeah.
That's too healthy.
Do you guys have like a favourite like takeaway, like
around the
McDonald's
corner
or anything? Like, do you have food?
Around the corner from where I live is in Melbourne. There's a place called Danny's Burgers.
Oh, I
And
know it. It's good.
It's like a little old diner, couple of old Greek boys flipping burgers, and they're beautiful.
Nice.
They're delicious.
One place that they'll actually do them rare for
See,
you.
it's only 7:30 in the morning, and I'm going, that sounds good.
Get a
What's your
burger in
go, Gary?
I'm not a big takeaway person.
Right.
I mean, and especially there is pressure being on Masterchef, you know, not to go to a fast food joint, because it's like Matt Preston was apparently spotted in KFC, and I don't know.
But it's so good.
somewhere.
It's finger-licking good.
Imagine having to make a quarter pounder for Matt Preston, though. It's the best one you've ever made.
Yeah, I know.
Perfect.
But it'd be like a 12-pounder. It couldn't be a quarter pounder.
Hey, listen, like, I'm just reading your press release here. I mean, the TV shows like this have broken down the stereotype. I mean, I'm just looking at it. You two guys, and it basically says you're frolicking around the country, two fully grown men, with people asking them questions like, "Why is my hollandaise always curdling?"
I know.
Like that would have been back
That
in
is
the
a problem.
day.
You know, I mean, curdled hollandaise ain't really good.
I know, I get it. It's made the press release, but you've broken that down.
I know, it really,
it
when
would
you
have been a
look
little
at it
bit
in
how's
terms
your
of
father?
newsworthy,
Yeah.
it's almost as good as Kardashian and Bieber, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
It
It's
ranks
up-
alongside that, you know.
And he had a lot of curdled hollandaise.
Ew.
And on that note, thank you for joining us, boys. It's been an absolute
you.
pleasure.
Loving being here, thank you.
The book is Cook With Us by Gary and George from Masterchef.